Morning, how well doing my dears? Right, we need to do a quick detour to my Photoshop before I start rambling. Hold on. Right, just look at this, right, I'll restart it, right. So, I updated Photoshop this morning. Photoshop had an update and I was just looking through the what's new bit. It's not like I'm going to use it. I don't know how to use Photoshop properly. Anyways, and they've added this thing called a neural filter, right? So just watch this, it's really freaking me out. Right, watch. Do you not think that's weird? That's really creeping me out. Anyways, right. It sounds really freaking me out. It's like, oh, I don't like it at all. Oh. Automatically sync your brushes, swatches, gradients, patterns, styles and shapes to on any computer where you use Photoshop. To turn on syncing, go to Preferences, General. What? Right, I'll close that, just I'll deal with that later. I can't even remember how it worked. Anyways, so, good morning. How are we all doing? It's just, oh my god. I think my mic's peaking a bit. Hold on, I need to do some volume doodads. Hello, hello? I think that's a bit better. Give us a shout if my microphone's gone a bit weird. And you should also hear some music in the background as well. Just let me know. So, that freaked me out this morning. It reminds me of it's a subreddit called Synthetic Nightmares, and it's basically computers creating human faces based on a whole load of algorithms and a whole load of photos they've seen on social media, right? And it creates, and a lot of the time the faces, they look real, they look like real people, right? But some of the time there's something just a wee bit off, so it verges into the uncanny valley territory. And sometimes they're absolute complete monstrosities and it's like nightmare fuel. So if you're a Reddit person, have a look on r/synthetic nightmares. I think that's what it's called. Anyways, that was an aside because it really freaked me out this morning when I saw it. Oh my god. Right, okay. Anyways, good morning. I hope we're all doing quite well. I'm doing alright this morning. I had a really crappy night's sleep. That's not strictly true. When I slept the sleep of the dead. It was really nice and very restful. But I kept waking up like every 3 hours or something. So is that a sleep cycle or 2 sleep cycles? I think a sleep cycle's 90 minutes, so I think I'm waking up every 2 sleep cycles. And when I nap in the afternoon, it's usually about 3 hours as well. So I'm having very regular sleep, but it's not long enough, so it's probably messing with my brain quite a bit. It may explain why I can't really think as clearly as I used to back when I was younger. That, or I'm just getting old. Anyways, so today I am going to continue working on my March bullet journal cover page. We started work on this here. I am looking at I decided to experiment with textures, and I'm looking at it this morning and I do not like it. So I am going to, what layer are you? Oh, we can get rid of you just now. We'll keep the sketch and we'll get rid of the colour. I don't like the colour. It's not nice. So I shall put in, sorry, I just got a wee message from my friend. He's watching Critical Role. We'll talk about that in a second. Although I don't know why he's watching Critical Role, I'm pretty sure he should be at work. Don't worry, mate, I'm not going to crash you up. Right. So, I'm in two minds. I don't know whether or not I want to experiment with the watercolour, which I might do because I've got plenty of time before March rolls around. Or just go back to my usual predictable gouache. I don't even know what gouache paint is, or gouache, right, I don't know how you pronounce it. Anyways, I use it because it looks a bit like acrylic, and acrylic's what I usually use. I think... let's have a look at watercolours. Let's just see what they look like. I started going to God, this was a long time ago. This was the before times, before the plague that shall not be named came around. I went to what was it? What was it called? It had a fancy name, but it was basically a class where you drew and painted plants and watercolours. It was really quite chill. It was really nice. I had to give it up though because it was too late in the evening, and by that time of day, my body just wasn't functioning. So I didn't finish it, but what I learned from the 3 of the 10 classes I went to was pretty cool. So watercolours are actually really fun to use in real life, but I've not used them much in Photoshop. Yeah, we'll use that colour, that's fine. We'll use that colour. Let me see. (2017) basic, is that the year it came out? No, I don't like that one. I want something a bit more flowy. This one's called Beast, I'm kind of curious. So it responds to pressure. So that's just the one brush. And if you add 2 on top of it, it does that. What happens if you just do this? That's kind of fun. We'll go for this. Right, so. Nope. I went too far. Going too far. Actually, we better test this. So, how does it work? When you put a lighter colour on top of it. So I need to work light to dark. I think I can't layer it the way I usually layer my gouache painting. Sorry, the camera's a bit out of the way. There we go. So we have to work light to dark. That'll be a fun experiment. We'll give it a go. Worst case scenario, we delete the layers and we go back to the gouache painting. That's a bit too small. Cool. Now let's have a look at our hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reference pictures. I think we'll have to do a separate colour then as well, because this is gonna get messy. It's gonna get messy. So what are you guys working on today? Are you painting anything? Writing anything? Making something to eat? I really want to get back into home baking. I haven't done that for ages. What colour are we using? I think it's called Beast, isn't it? Real watercolour Beast. Cool. We'll remember. We won't remember that. That's why we wrote it down. So. See, here's are more. I think they're more yellow. Maybe not that yellow. I think if we use a different watercolour brush, we might be able to... Thingy. Oh, Sluggius is back! Hey Sluggius! I'm just laying in bed, nothing special much. Time zones are a bit rough, I wish you could frequent more your stream. Oh, cool. I was telling my partner about you yesterday. I was like, we had this really funny conversation about slugs. It was really... It made me laugh. I'm glad you're back. It's good to see you, friend. Do we want to try going a bit lighter with this? Oh, that might be it. Right, I think this will be our lightest colour, so we'll start from here. Cool, so layer, new, layer, layer, layer. Why did I rename it? It was called layer to begin with. Oh my goodness, glad it brings you joy. It is, it's really cool to have a slug on the stream. That was a question I was going to ask you, which is why I'm glad you're back. Are you one slug, or are you like a collective of slugs, like 100 slugs in a trench coat? And I'm asking this in all seriousness. What did you tell your partner? Want to see my immortal form? I can send you a link to a drawing. I'd love to. You can post links in my chat. That would be really cool. I didn't tell him much. I was just like, I got chatting to a slug in the chat, and it was just really kind of fun and kind of silly. So it was really good. It made me laugh. It really brightened my day. Being visited by a slug. Loved it. Loved it. I'm just trying to resize this window. I need more monitors. More monitors! Yeah, is it okay for me to open this if it accidentally opens on stream? Is that okay? Because I'm not sure what monitor it'll open on. Just before I click on it. Not a problem, cool, right, we're on it. Oh my god. That is so cute. I love it. So are you... Are you a furry? Well, I don't suppose you'd be a furry because you're not furry, but you know what I mean. Are you part of that fandom? Oh god, I'm doing this on the wrong layer. Oh dear me. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Right, okay. Need to remember to use the right layers. Layer, yeah, layer. Huh. Well, I do wonder if being a slug on the interwebs classifies as a furry myself. I do cute animals and appreciate all sorts of art, but I don't think it matters much. Fair enough. No, the reason I ask is I'm guessing that I'm still a furry, I just don't participate in the community anywhere near as much as I used to. My original... Actually, hold on. My very first fursona was a maned wolf called Padfoot, who at the time when I was really involved in the furry fandom, I was totally into Doctor Who, the 10th Doctor, so this is my con badge. Sorry, it's mirrored because my camera's mirrored. So that's my fursona. But I'm not involved in the community much at all now. It's been like over... Oh god, it was back when I was in university I was part of the furry fandom, so that was about 15 years ago. So yeah, I don't really get involved in it anywhere near as much as I used to. And it's a shame because it was a lot of fun. Maybe looks very good, thanks. It was a friend of mine called... What's her username now? She's called Stitch Kitten, I think, or Stitch Kitten UK. She mostly at the moment makes cats costumes, you know, the musical Cats. Not the film. I've not seen the film, but we don't talk about the film. But the actual proper stage musical, she makes those kind of costumes. They're really cool. I've got one of hers that she made, but I'm too fat to wear it just now. So, yeah. Right, my computer's being a dick. Hold on a second. There's a problem with one of my USB things. I don't know which one it is. I can't figure it out. And it keeps connecting and disconnecting and making that noise. I pulled them all out and plugged them back in this morning. I hope it's not anxiety preventing you from enjoying the fandom. Well, part of it's like social anxiety. Just the fact is I'm a very... mental health is a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing. As long as you have fun, who cares? That's very true. So kind of recently I actually created a new fursona, a possum called Sapphire. So Sapphy Possum. And I did go back onto some of the UK forums for furries with that character, but like I kind of just forgot about it. So yeah. But before I was a furry, I was, and I still am, a fairy and thrope. People who think they're animals for various reasons. I don't think I should go into it in detail on a stream because it's like whole new levels of weird. But that's what it is. So yeah. Yeah. But being a fairy in folk's cool. It was kind of like a gateway drug. It introduced me to paganism, and it introduced me to shamanism, which is kind of cool. I now am a shamanic practitioner. So it has brought a lot of benefits to me, which is kind of cool. But I do still worry that people will, use it against me, going, "Oh God, look at her, weirdo." And it's like, yeah, I'm a weirdo. I can deal with that, but there's only so much of that you can deal with, As long as if I didn't hear that, oh God almighty. Is it my microphone too quiet, or is the music too loud? Or am I just mumbling? Just let me know. I don't like working with watercolours. This is annoying. I don't like it. Right, we're going back to doing what we do. I was about to say what we do best, but that might be exaggerating a bit. We're going back to using gouache paint. You started talking about lore. I get that, it gets harder talking about sensitive subjects. Don't worry, don't judge, but I respect what you want to keep to yourself. No, that's fine. Basically what I was saying is that I'm a fairy anthrope. You can Google that, you can find out what that is. And through that I got very interested in paganism and shamanism, and I'm now a shamanic practitioner. That's kind of what my vocation is when I'm not doing art. I'm speaking with spirits. So, and I know a lot of people think that's weird, but it's what I do. And if I don't do it, I don't function properly. So, where did I put my asterisk? There it is. I put asterisk next to the one I use most often, because I keep forgetting what ones it is I'm using. Right, so. Base. Cool, so this is our base colour. So instead of working light to dark, I'm going to do how I like doing it. I'm going to pick the middle colour and then work darker and then work lighter. But I just need to figure out what I want my middle colour for this hair to be. I think I want to go a bit more orange. Is that too light? But that one. How does this work? Right. Helps if I draw on the right layer instead of drawing on the wrong layer each bloody time. I think this is a good middle colour. We'll go with this. Okay. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Base. Okay. So this is our middle colour. Not familiar with terms, but studying animals seems fun. Did you finish watching the Super Bowl? Do you know, I didn't finish watching the Super Bowl. What happened to me yesterday? What happened yesterday? Why did I not finish watching the Super Bowl? Oh, for fuck's sake. Excuse me. Oh my God, Emma. Use the right effing layer. You silly goose. Right. No, I didn't finish watching the Super Bowl yesterday because I got distracted, and I'm trying to remember what I got distracted by. What did I get distracted by? Oh, I went down one of those YouTube rabbit holes. I see. Do share with me if you enjoyed it when you do it. Cool. I'll do it today. If I don't fall asleep, I'll do it today. So what happened yesterday was I started watching. It's a guy on YouTube who I watch called Xander Hall. He does a kind of lot of social media commentary, mostly focused on criticising the alt-right and those kind of people. He's a left leaner. He describes himself as a social democrat, but I think he's actually more left than that in real life. Anyways, so I started watching one of his videos, and it was about Sigma males. Right, it's this new thing. You know how people believe in like alpha males and beta males and all that kind of stuff. You know, stuff that's been debunked because it was based on a bad study about wolves in captivity, and the author of that study has since said it's a load of nonsense. But somehow people have extrapolated this study on wolves in captivity who don't know each other into this is how males work. Anyways, so yeah, so I got into this rabbit hole about alpha males and beta males and all that kind of stuff, and I laughed a lot during it because it was just a load of nonsense. It's basically pickup artist material. It was mostly the, if you want to get with the ladies, you need to do X, Y, and Z. And to be honest, it came across as a bit rapey. So I was like, oh no, so I'm going to run a mile from anyone who describes themselves as an alpha male. Anyways, so that led to the rabbit hole of the Sigma male. So yeah, anyways, so apparently Sigma males, the kind of example they give of the Sigma male is John Wick, of all people. Now, I'm totally down with John Wick because he went on that killing spree because someone killed his dog. I'm totally down with that. You do not fuck with someone's dog, especially in the circumstances in which that happened. It was horrible. But John Wick is not a real person, my friends. And he's also not... He's not a terrible person, but he's not a good person, and I would not say he's a role model. Anyways, so he's like the Sigma male, and from what I understand of what people think of Sigma males, the Sigma male is the lone wolf, right? Which is also debunked because lone wolves die because wolves generally need to function in a pack. So anyways, so that's what happened to me yesterday, which is why I didn't watch the rest of the Super Bowl. Oh my god. Oh yeah, pseudoscience and misinformation is really dangerous. Oh my god, yeah, totally. That's why I'm really interested in conspiracy theories and what causes people to believe in conspiracy theories and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, like, because I believe in quite a lot of like spiritual woo-woo stuff, I come across a lot of people who believe really ridiculous things, like they're anti-vax, they're anti-prescription medication, they think COVID is a hoax, you know, all that kind of crazy stuff. And you run into them quite a lot, and it's pretty scary, to be honest. I don't like it, you know. Especially because my health is not the best. I would rather not run into people who, you know, would put my health at risk because of some nonsense. That and my partner is kind of sort of adjacent to COVID research. So his work is currently COVID research adjacent right now. So I hear a lot of horror stories about COVID. It frightens me. It frightens me. It frightens me that people don't believe in it. I guess you don't got time to saw the animation I recommended either. Want to watch it together on a stream. How long is it? How long's the animation? Like if it's only a couple minutes, we could watch it just now. Because I do have it written down, *_D&D animation. It's on my to-do list. It's still too dark. What about you, my friend? Oh, that might be it. Yes, that's it. Edit, undo. And then we will. We will do this. We will delete this and we will delete these because we're not using these right now. And we're not needing this anymore. Longer than I remembered. 8 minutes. It goes final. Do you know what? We'll do it. Right. Pop a link up in the chat and we'll watch it. Pop up a link and we shall watch. Hold on. Pause this just now. Let's go.
Your video ad made by top freelancers on Fiverr is destroying the internet. They wrote the script.
Imagine this is how we die.
Oh, I don't think we have to imagine that.
Yeah.
I don't think there's imagination here.
I think this is how we die.
You're probably wondering how we got here. That's me on the left, a very cute one. It was only due to my incredible martial prowess that we even stood a chance at completing some ancient elven trials. And at the end of this long quest, we were rewarded a magical city risen from the sands themselves for us to rule. And rule it we did. For a couple of days. Check us out in action in the throne room.
And this guy enters. Nigel Horner, at your service.
Oh, wait a second. Well, I'm sorry. What's your name? Horner.
My name is Nigel Horner.
I'm sorry.
Why don't you call yourself something different? It sounds like horns. You've got horns in your head.
So I feel like if my name was Huckleberry Hoopster.
It's just weird. Why?
Guess that one didn't work out.
Unfortunately, not very many people took us seriously. And so it were that we decided to take upon a simple quest to prove to our newfound subjects that we were in fact worthy rulers.
So the problem here, I'm gathering, is that the pirates are not adhering to the agreement that we thought they were. Correct?
It would seem so, my lord.
These pirates don't care about anything. Surely you guys know that.
Ano, can you add anything? Greetings, my lords. My name is Ano.
Oh,
My name is Ano!
Not what?
Ano!
Look, just do Ano and get over with.
Yeah. And here you can see an Aarakocra, a very old one, who is gibbering to themselves. I should not speak them here. There are young ears that might hear, and then it will be in them as well.
Do it!
But they're supposed to not be able to understand our tongue.
Of course not. He's just saying that to someone randomly, I bet.
Scrumpo's hip thrusting right now. And then he's looking at the right lady.
He always does that. Look,
Do me!
Nobody could understand them, so I thought it was quite odd when the older turkey bird randomly died.
Unfortunately, this Aarakocra has reached the end of its life. Such is the way of these things.
So, in response, I did what any normal person would do in this situation.
As Guy drinks the blood of the dying creature erupting in violent flames, the infected blood gets into Guy's system. Now, this is going to have some pretty wild effects.
I think we're going to gloss over this. It's a minor subplot point. You see, it was the ancient evil we were fighting all along manifest inside my body.
Scrumpo kicks Guy.
All right, Guy awakens.
Holy crap, your eye is so gross!
No.
Take the broken fragment of the mirror that I still have on me from the palace and point it in front of Guy.
All right.
Wait, what
Wait.
mirror? Give me some out of
We had the magic teleportation mirror from the Lord of Flame Waters palace.
Okay. When he held the mirror up to Guy's eye, the enemy saw an opportunity and leapt into the mirror, which could only be possible because that specific reflective shard was shown. If it had been any other mirror that wasn't magical or connected to any magical network, it wouldn't have been a problem.
But it was a problem, a very big one at that. The energy found its way to the dream realm, and the entire thing was quarantined. I guess nobody is allowed to sleep anymore. I'm not quite sure how that works, but it's irrelevant. We had no idea that we'd caused this problem, and in fact, this isn't even the bad part. We're just getting started.
How come everyone knows what's happening and we don't?
Come, we should speak about this in a safer environment. Into my tent. You will notice that his tent is filled to the brim with scrolls and tomes and...
Hold on. While he's sitting down, we're getting adjusted. I want Scrumpo to steal the nearest scroll.
Let's hope it isn't a dangerous one. Unfortunate. How dangerous is it? Unfortunate. Is it the next one? Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna a D8 now.
How are you a lord of flowing water?
Question I ask myself every day.
Do
Is
you
it something we can do about it?
things? Do you just do things without thinking about them? You're now
Yeah, he does.
cursed with the curse of Zatar! Scrumpo stabs him. He fucking stabs him.
Wait, no, I stopped that.
Well,
no.
roll
You're
initiative. Roll
You're
initiative.
gonna...
Unfortunately, Scrumpo is faster. Go ahead, buddy. And Guy will start sucking the blood out of his intestines, I guess.
You attack me, you poison me, you
If our cast spare the dying,
Unfortunately, the man is dead.
You might not want to go in there for a bit.
Oh my, look, all right, this guy's clearly bad news. He walked up to you, how are you even a little full of water? I curse you with the curse of Tarzan. Now I'm dying. It's not my fault.
We all saw you stole it.
No, you didn't. What are you talking about?
We
all know.
One moment earlier.
Everyone make me a perception check.
Literally, everybody.
everyone sees it.
Screw him. Screw the thing that's eating my insides. Screw everything.
I throw a fireball at Scrumpo.
A fireball?
Yes.
Why would you throw a fireball?
I'm the one that might be inconvenienced. I step up to the plate and try and stop him.
All right, Guy, how would you like to stop him?
I have 50 health. Fireball wouldn't kill me.
That's not what he's concerned about.
Suggestion. Suck my toes. Until I am pleased, you'll know.
All right, you have been magically ordered to suckle on Guy's toes. Would you like to burn a lucky for that? Okay. He will not. He will in fact not suckle your
Oh no, not an advert. No. I need to find out what happens.
toes.
Does the car have time to yell anything before this hits?
Sure. What do you want to yell?
Did I hear the translator speak for a minute?
No.
I didn't hear him speak for a whole minute. He didn't get a minute.
No.
He didn't get 60 seconds.
He was stabbed before he could even finish.
But he was talking to us outside.
You know what? Sure. You want to mimic his voice? Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to mimic his
Go ahead.
voice, and I want to amplify it with thaumaturgy and say, ah, shit. Oh, I dropped my candle.
Oh my candle! I, Hasim Haladari, have dropped my candle. Good save.
Well, there you have it. Every single scroll in the entire tent was activated all at once, and everybody for miles died. Luckily, we didn't, because the first scroll to activate was a magical portal that took us to a giant space whale. Weird, I know. But there you have it.
Oh my god.
I had a spell to bring him back to life.
Yep. Yes. Yep. I would have been. Woo! That'd have been great to have been able
Oh
to
my
use.
god, D&D is so funny.
You had the chance to revivify him, and you chose to pour water on my head.
Look, I didn't cast a fireball.
Yeah.
Hey, I had you sucking my toes and you luckied it. You're gonna blame this on him?
Look, I think that the thing that brings us all together is that all of us are at fault, including Huckleberry.
Wait a minute.
That
What?
was good. Right, okay. Oh, no. Right. I already watched that. So that was very good. Let's go back to it again.
Your video
Pause it. So, anybody who doesn't know what's happening, we just watched D&D Story, The Fireball Incident by *_. So yeah, that was funny as hell, man. Oh, I love D&D because like all that kind of random stuff happens all the time. It's so good. D&D is the best. Thank you very much for sharing that link with me. That was really good. Unfortunately, I now need to actually get back to something that resembles work. So, there's my Firefox window. There we go. So I've got my references up. Yeah, no, it was really funny. It's like, why would you do a fireball when you had all those scrolls? And then you end up killing everyone. And you just end up becoming a party of murder hobos instead of heroes. Oh my god. Oh no. That's one thing I'm worried about in my D&D game. I do not want us to become murder hobos. I want us to be heroes. Although I would be interested in running a campaign where we are villains. That would be fun. Oh my god. Oh, it's so good, man. Right, okay, we've got the right brush. Edit. Undo. Oh, undo. Oh, Control Z. Control Z. There we go. So we are on the right layer. We are getting ourselves the right sized brush. That might be a bit too small. 80. Right, so where are we going with the darker things? Yeah, it's wild. It's just like D&D's hilarious, man. It's so good. I'm so glad I get into it. And it's like, I wish I got into it when I was younger, but I can't think of anyone I hung about with when I was a kid who played Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, we were all nerds at school, but I can't. Well, maybe some people did play it and they just kept it quiet, you know, because D&D is suddenly having a renaissance at the moment. It's actually cool to play D&D. And then I didn't meet someone, I encountered someone online who was complaining about all these new people coming to play D&D, and it's like, oh my god, who made you the gatekeeper of D&D? You should be happy there's more people who want to play, you know? And it is pretty good you can play it online now as well. Our current game we use, what's it called? We use Foundry for the tabletop, and I actually need to learn how to use it properly so I can run my own campaign on it. So we do that, and then we have our character sheets on D&D Beyond, which is, I think, is the official website. I think it's weird how the official website doesn't actually have like tabletops and stuff that you can use. I think that's kind of strange. You know, because you think they'd be cashing in and all of it, but you've got people are using things like Roll20 and stuff. I got software called, is it dungeon creator or something like that. And so I use that for, surprise, surprise, creating dungeons. But I might switch over to Foundry. I need to actually set aside some time to learn how to use Foundry at some point, like learn how to use it properly. Because I started a story, it was homebrew, set in my own little village, in my own little valley, where they have a werewolf problem. I don't want to go into too many details about it, because I actually do want to run it as a proper story, and I don't want to spoil things for anybody. Oh, my computer's making that beeping noise again. Did you hear that? That beeping noise. There's something wrong with one of my USB things. It's a pain in the arse. I can't afford to replace anything right now. Last night, my partner and I, not my partner and I, my partner did it at my request, because he's so much smarter than me when it comes to computers, about a plan to get my computer upgraded. So, because it does struggle to run Streamlabs and Photoshop at the same time. And then on top of that, all the other things. Oh, I forgot to put my music back on. Dearie me, let's get some music going. There we go, get some chill vibes going. So I do plan on like upgrading my computer, and I want to upgrade my workspace as well. I need a bigger desk. I do actually need a bigger desk. I don't have enough space to work on what I'm working on just now. And then I want to get a second monitor, because at the moment I've got my monitor, which has got my camera in front of it, and then down in front of me I've got my graphics tablet. So what's this? Actually, Start_game we just witnessed was made on his own little software he made and been working in with her wife for years. Maybe you can try. Oh, they do their own stuff. That's cool. That's awesome that people do. Oh, cool. Yeah, totally. I'm going to look into that. Because I do want to, like the game we're playing just now, I think it's one of the starter games. It has, I can't remember what the proper title is, but it's about the Frost Maiden up in 10 Towns. Oh yeah, comfortable desk is very important, yeah. The desk I'm working on before I started doing digital art was really good for my painting and stuff, and like my rare forays into sculpture. But right now it is totally covered. I don't have space for my keyboard right now. I've got to put mugs and my drinks way over on the far side. So I want to get a second monitor. So I'll have my graphics tablet in the middle and a monitor on either side. But I need to actually upgrade the inside of my computer first. I want to get 2 really nice webcams, because if I have a second webcam, it means I can record myself doing physical art, so I can paint and stuff on stream. Can't currently do that just now, just because of the way it is. So I has plans. I mean, I'm not going to become a streamer. That's like not going to be my job. My job is artist and shamanic practitioner. This is purely a hobby and to keep me accountable, but I do enjoy it, and it is something I want to invest in as a hobby, while also investing in the equipment I need to do my digital and traditional art. So the art's the important bit, the streaming's just the fun bit on the side. And sure do get a better PC and set up when you can move tools at light. I recommend getting a work table instead of a desk. Lots of space. A work table. See, I want to get a long one that has like a corner. My office isn't that big, but I'm sure I can get one that'll fit. Or I would love to get a standing desk. I would love a standing desk. That would be really awesome. I don't know where the hell I'd put it, and that the fact I've got like shelving up above my head, so I don't think there's actually space for a standing desk. Yeah, so I have plans. There's hundreds of things I want to do as well. Like last May I got my first houseplants. I designed a logo for a friend who started a plant shop down in Largs, which as the crow flies isn't that far from me, but it is far from me. So I've not had a chance to go down and actually visit the shop yet. Anyways, so, and he paid me in plants. Yeah, standing desk I heard is good for posture. Yeah, because I'm like really, especially when I'm using my graphics tablet, I'm like really hunched over. I think if I was standing up and working a bit more like this, it would feel a bit better. Yeah. Time are we at? 10:50. Oh god, we've got ages. I thought it was much later than that. We've got ages, we're sorted. Plenty of time. Now, what kind of a razor do I want to use today? Mega pack. Oh, hang on, actually, they're not gouache or gouache. No, they're blenders, aren't they? I don't need to learn what all these symbols are. Right, they're paintbrushes, so that's not what I'm looking for. Looking for a razor. Natural Edge. I think that was the one I was using earlier. If you zoom in, I used it. Oh, zoom out. Ooh, zoom in. Zoom in, you silly goose. Zoom in. Right. I'll zoom in a bit more. So I used this yesterday when I was doing the whatever it was I was experimenting with, and it didn't work out. It looked kind of cool. I don't know if it's going to be quite right for this, no. We'll go with it, we'll go with it. We'll make it smaller, but we'll go with it. There we go. We shall go with it, we shall go with it. And these bits are eventually going to be lighter. Eventually, but not yet. I had a moment there, sorry, I was thinking about something else entirely. My brain just went oof away. It does that quite a lot this whatever. I don't think my brain works properly. Texturing seems complicated. I think if you were doing it properly, there's probably a proper way to do it in Photoshop. I just haven't bothered to learn it. Basically for me, I look at loads of reference pictures and I just try and have like a map of the third direction, and I kind of alternate between using colour and an eraser. Like I use colour to like darken areas and erasers to lighten areas and stuff. There's probably another way to do it that's a bit fancier, but this is what I do. This is how I roll. So, and it's just relaxing. It's pretty chill. There's nothing, you know, I was never taught this stuff. I went to art school and I never learned anything about art at art school. Art school was a complete waste of my time. And I have no intentions of ever paying back my student loan because I've never earned enough money to even make I think I made one payment to my student loan at a time when I was working 3 jobs, which was before I got sick. So yeah, I made like one payment to my student loan. You know, and it's just I'm not gonna earn enough to do that. I mean, that's okay. This is who I am. You know? I mean, who's gonna hire a disabled anarchist? Like, what capitalist would hire a disabled anarchist who wants to destroy the economy because it's all bullshit? You know, you just have to look at what happened with GameStop. You know, it's all wild, so it is. Ah, this is an anarchist stream. And not what the media calls anarchy, actual proper anarchy, you know. Yeah. Okay, I went off on a weird tangent there, I apologise. View, fit to screen. Cool, so we need to do the chest. That is what I forgot to do. Your method does seem to work really well. Thank you very much. I mean, I like it. It's a method I use when I paint with acrylics as well. I have these, they look like brushes, but they've got rubber tips. So they've got a rubber tip and you can use them to drag through paint, and you can lift paint with them. So that's what I'm holding this up like this is the eraser and it's also the pen. That's how technology works. So when I'm doing acrylics, I use that tool to kind of lift paint, and then I'll put down darker stuff or lighter stuff, and then if I'm not happy with it, I'll keep lifting it and just make it look how I want it to look. So yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's not big and it's not clever, but it works. Oh yeah, I was just talking about GameStop situation with a friend. We were planning on crashing Wall Street again, but introducing cactus-themed pin cushions to the market. Cactus-themed pin cushion. That would be really cute. I'd buy one. I do a bit of sewing, nowhere near as much as I should do. I've got a sewing machine, and like once it's all set up, I love it. I love sewing. It's really cool. But I need to get it all set up and I don't have the space. So I I don't have the space in this room. Ideally, I would love to have a space where I could have 3 desks set up. So I'd have like my digital workstation, and then I'd have like my drawing and painting workstation, and then I would have a sewing workstation, and then I would have a separate room to see my clients for my shamanic work. So that would be the plan. That's goals. So, because I would like to work from home. Not gonna lie, commuting's a pain in the arse. My last job that I had, it was 4 hours travel to get there and back. Each day, 2 hours there, 2 hours back, on 2 buses plus a 15-minute walk between bus stops. Not fun, never doing that again. Having said that, the job was really good. The reason I took the job is because it was a friend. She's a lawyer, and she needed a kind of receptionist / organiser. Also, do you have a fancy drawing tablet with a screen, or is it a screenless one? Oh no, it has a screen. It is a fancy one. It's an XP pen something or other. The information's in my about section or whatever it is on Twitch. Yeah, no, I got a fancy one. The only reason I have a fancy one is because when my father passed away, I got a small inheritance from him, so I used that to invest in the graphics tablet. I thought about getting the screenless one, but because I'm so used to like painting on canvases or drawing on paper, I thought it would be easier just to do one that's a screen that you can draw straight onto, so that's the one I went for. And I also use it as a second monitor as well, which is really helpful. Yeah, I don't think my brain would rewire enough to relate to what I'm doing on a tablet to a separate screen. You know, like even when I look on Streamlabs when I'm working, it's really weird. You know, so yeah. I'm not sure if I like the shape of this eraser. But we'll work with it. I mean, this is just a fun wee diversion. This is my bullet journal cover. It's not client work or spiritual work. It's just a bit of fun. So, oh, that's cool. I'm glad you got the tools you need. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, the situation was a bit shit, but it was kind of cool. You know? And kind of funny because my dad didn't really support my artwork, so he is now. Oh my god. He also hated tattoos, but I got 2 tattoos as well with some of the inheritance. So I'm sure he's chill with it. I'm sure he's fine. I think he was just a grumpy fucker. I don't think he actually cared whether or not I got a tattoo. Right. Brush. So now we need to make this darker. Darker! Oh, maybe not that dark. That might be too dark. Can't tell because I'm on the wrong layer. And yeah, that's too dark. Edit, undo, and back to base. Try mixing these 2 together. Mixy, mixy. mixy. Right, what does this colour look like? How does that look? Check on Streamlabs. Yeah, that might be okay for the next layer. Why limit yourself? Very true. Also, time flies. It's already 3 AM for me, Spippy hour according to YouTube. Is 3 AM not the time the aliens turn up in Animal Crossing New Horizons? Is it 3 AM? I can't remember. I've not played Animal Crossing for a while. I've not switched my Switch on for a while, actually. If I'm honest, I've not played anything for a while. The last time I had my Switch on, I started playing. It was one of the Legend of Zelda games, one of the old ones. I think it might have been Ocarina of Time. Oh no, I don't think it was Ocarina of Time. That's silly. That was a 3D one. It'll come back to me. I started playing one of the old Zelda games anyway, but I kept dying. It's really frustrating. Oh my god. Yeah, edit layer. Spoopy, I'm recording to YouTube. Does that mean you're going to have to head to your bed soon, Sluggius? Time to crawl under a cabbage leaf. Have a sluggy rest of your day. Oh, thank you. I will. I will. I'll think of you when I go to the compost bins and I see all the slugs. I'll keep you in my thoughts when I'm dealing with the compost. So yeah, have a lovely rest of your evening and sleep well. It was really good to chat with you again. I'll see you later, Sluggies. Oh, better undo that. Base. Is base where I'm putting all my colours? Base is where I'm putting all my colours. Cool, base is where I'm putting all my colours. I'm moving to dark too. Looking forward to next time. Ah, very sweet. Thank you very much for your company. Although you are distracting me a lot, I'm supposed to be working. Right. I think I might make this brush a wee bit smaller actually. 45. I'm really enjoying this music. So the music I'm using, I used to use Twitch soundtrack, which was it was alright, it was pretty cool. But whenever I upload these videos to YouTube afterwards, and whenever I do that I would get copyright striked because although the music was cleared for Twitch, it wasn't cleared for YouTube, which is totally fair. Not arguing with that at all, it's fair. But it was really annoying on my part, so I decided to switch over to, what's it called? Streambeats. So streambeats are just playlists that are cleared for use on Twitch, YouTube and like other places, which is really cool. So I'm enjoying that, and then I'm not getting copyright striked on YouTube, which is good. makes life a lot easier for me. See, the mouths of the hairs are kind of grey rather than thingy. So I might do the mouths grey later on instead of doing them just now, I think. I think that might be the way to go. I'm not vibing this as much as I'm vibed the Labrador I was working on yesterday. I'm not feeling this quite so much. I don't know, it just doesn't excite me quite so much. Just thinking, wondering if I should talk about being a furry and a fairy and folk to try and explain to people. I don't know if I can really deal with all the shit that comes along with it. Don't know if it's worth it. You know, I'm much happier talking about being a crazy person than I am talking about being a furry. Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, what shall we talk about, friends? Anything you want to chat about? Open for an ask me anything, if there's anything you want to know. Give us a shout. In the meantime, what shall we chat about? So yeah, that thing about Sigma males I was watching earlier, and right, so for those of you that weren't here earlier, I went down a YouTube rabbit hole yesterday that started with people talking about alpha males and beta males. Was it alpha males are at the top, then there's the beta males, then there's, I think it is delta males, and then right at the bottom there's omega males, right? And it's this weird made up structure that is pretty much symptomatic of toxic masculinity, where guys put themselves on this scale and they think alpha males are the best and alpha males are the one that all the women go for, you know, all that crap. Basically incel / pickup artist kind of bullshit, you know, that has absolutely no basis in real psychology. I believe that all of this originates from a study that was done on wolf behaviour. It was believed wolves formed packs following that alpha, beta, delta, omega kind of structure. The study has been debunked. Repeatedly, the guy who originally wrote did the study, he's like, this is nonsense, this is not how real wolves interact. But for some weird reason, it's been picked up by some males and they use it to try and, if you look at it in a good faith way, they use the structure as a way of doing self-improvement, right? And self-improvement, totally down with. We should all try and be better people and like try and be the best version of ourselves. That's totally fine, totally down with that. Even if it's based on bad science. But a lot of it is all about trying to pick up women, you know, like it's basically just trying to have sex with women, and it's such bad, cringy advice. And then the people who believe in this like alpha, beta, whatever structure, right? Like you get, oh, there's the alpha male and there's the omega male. These are the same people who think there's only two genders. Now, as someone who is non-binary, non-binary, I use they them pronouns. I usually wear a binder when I'm out and about because that's how I want to present myself to the world. I would dress more masculine if I could afford very swanky suits, but here we are. It just bugs the shit out of me that they think there's all these types of men that exist, but they won't recognise a trans woman, or they won't recognise a non-binary person or a gender fluid person. You know, it's absolutely crazy. But here we go, this is the world we live in. What was the point I was trying to make? Yeah, so like that structure, the alpha through to omega, that's kind of like a pretty common structure. But now they have invented a new type of man called the Sigma male. And the Sigma male, from what I understand, is basically the lone wolf stereotype. And apparently being the lone wolf stereotype, being a Sigma male, is like absolutely irresistible to women. Women cannot get enough of an aloof asshole. Right. Yeah. Like I was watching it and I laughed and I laughed and I laughed. And then I started looking at the pickup artist advice. If you want to pretend to be a Sigma male to attract a mate, do whatever X, Y, and Z. And basically all the behaviours they were describing scream school shooter. Basically, you just look at it and you think, oh my god, if there's one person in this room who will shoot us all up, it's that guy in the corner, you know. So yeah, don't be a Sigma male, my friends, don't be a Sigma male. Not good. If anyone uses the terms alpha male and beta male and all that kind of stuff unironically, please run a mile. Please, for the love of God, run a mile. They are not going to help you. They are going to manipulate you and take all the money they can from you, and you will just end up being manipulated, and you will feel your self-confidence will drop even more, and you know, all the things you want will not come to you if you try and follow these pickup artists' advice. So don't do it. Run. Run. Run a fucking mile as far and as fast as you can. And if any of you are approached by someone who's trying this kind of alpha sigma male stuff to try and hit on you, also run a mile. Just, you're a beautiful person and you deserve better than that kind of bullshit. You know. You know. thinking about taking a quick break, but I'm going to keep going a wee bit longer. I know I'll only stream for 2 hours, it's not that long, but my wrist is absolutely killing me. For those of you that don't know, I have like really severe wrist pain. It goes right up my arm and all the way to my shoulder. I wear a wrist brace a lot of the time, which probably isn't helping, it's probably making my wrist worse. And I like always wear my wrist brace when I'm sleeping. Yeah. So I've got an appointment with my physiotherapist at the end of the month, so I'll speak to her about it because it's getting worse, and like I don't want to lose the ability to use my arm, because like I like drawing and I like writing, and you know, I use my hand for things. I use my hand for many things. I mean, how am I supposed to do just hands if one of my hands doesn't work? You know, it's like... What do you do? So that's why I only stream for like 2 hours at a time and only do a few days a week. So... But I would like to build up to streaming for longer. I think I do 4 days a week. I think that's plenty. The reason I like streaming is because it's accountability. It says so in my about page, but the reason I started streaming at the start of the year was so that I'd be held accountable, so that I would actually have scheduled times where I would sit down and work, you know. And it has worked out, so I'm doing about 8 hours a week of art, minus all the gossiping and all the BS. Today minus 10 minutes watching that Dungeons and Dragons video, which was totally funny and totally worth it. Yeah. So, in a few weeks, and like definitely after I've spoken to my physiotherapist about my arm, I'll build up to doing, maybe do like 3 hours a day streaming. Doing my art, because I've got a list, like a long list of all the things I want to draw and stuff. So after this hair, I'm going to... That's really nice. I'm going to go back to doing pet portrait commission. I'm going to do one of them, and then once I've done that, I'm going to redraw an owl. Well, there's an owl picture I did years ago, which I love. I sold it to someone who I believe is giving it a really good home, which makes me happy. But I think I want to redraw it the same way I redrew the muskox. Although this time, because I actually have a copy of the owl saved somewhere, I can actually show you it. So you can actually see what the original looked like compared to the new one. Because for some weird reason, I don't have my muskox picture on, like, anywhere online. And like I even dug through the internet archive. What was it called? Like the Wayback Machine, you know, the internet archive, to go through like all my old blogs and stuff to check if I could find it, and I just couldn't find it anywhere for love nor money. It's just so weird that it's not online. Now, I believe that I still have the original somewhere, because I didn't sell it, and I tend not to throw out my art. I like to try and keep a lot of it as much as possible. So it must be somewhere. I just haven't found it yet. And I need to, my office is like tiny. It's a spare room just now. Because see, my office is a spare room just now, like it's going to magically change into something else. It's a spare room just now. And it's a bit, higgledy-piggledy. There's a good word. It's higgledy-piggledy just now. So I need to spend a bit of time trying to clear it out and figure out where everything is. Like what I have and what I don't have. I think I'm going to part with it. I've got a lot of pencils, loads of drawing pencils that I got from a friend. My best friend, when his granddad passed away, like, I've never met his granddad. I've met his gran. His gran's lovely. Never met his granddad. His granddad was he was an architect, and he liked doing art and stuff. So I inherited a lot of drawing pencils and pens and stuff, but it's not stuff I use. So I'm going to have to actually speak to my friend and see if it's okay for me to pass it on to someone else. Because like, there's the local church / community centre here, who are very nice people. They are very nice people. I'm not religious in terms of Christianity. I believe in Jesus. I don't believe in God. We'll clear it out. Jesus was cool. He was a socialist. He would totally be out there stopping pipelines and smashing Starbucks windows, I'm sure. I'm sure that's what Jesus would be doing. That's an aside. I don't know why we're talking about religion. Anyways, so they have a community centre which could probably make really good use of the drawing stuff I have instead of me just sitting here hoarding it. I mean, what do you think? There's no point me keeping it if I'm not going to use it. But I don't want to pass it on to somebody else until I've got my friend's blessing, because it was an inheritance from his granddad. Rob, if you're watching this, give me a sign. He's been sending me messages. He should be working, but he's sending me messages on WhatsApp. Yeah, so that's something to think about. And if I did that, that would clear a lot of my shelf on that side, which would give me a bit more storage. And then I've got hundreds of stuff. A lot of it's books. I'm a big fan of books. I read a lot of ebooks now, but there's nothing better than like an actual physical book. It feels so good, and they smell really nice, and oh, love it. But unfortunately they take up a lot of space. Space is at a premium in this household. Oh my god, Emma. Jesus. Like, you can see how messy my digital canvas gets as I work. So you can just imagine what this tiny little room gets like when I'm actually painting physical stuff. It's just wild. So it gets out of hand very quickly, very easily. Right, so this is our current colour. This is dark too. So we want to move a bit darker again. Like, there's definite blue tints here, but I don't want to move too quickly to blue. I mean, should I go blue? Dare I? Dare I go blue? Under eye. No. Dropper tool, my friend. Dropper tool. Where are we? Oh, hey now. You're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play. Right. How does that look? Is that too dark too soon? That might be. I might have to go a bit lighter than that. Let's see. What have we got up here? I think that might be okay. No, that's still a bit too dark. Edit. Undo brush tool. Edit. Undo brush tool. Edit. Undo brush tool. Edit. Undo brush tool. What if went a wee bit lighter? Base. I don't know. Well, we go for it and we'll just see what happens. We'll just go for it and see what happens. Edit. Undo brush tool. Right. Okay. Zoom in, view. Zoom in, view. Zoom in, and a smaller brush. Cool. No, that's definitely too purple. Definitely too purple. Right, let's view it on screen. Right. So, what we will do first of all is we will erase this so we can start again. I think I accidentally did those on this layer. This layer? Yeah. So if we go back to base colour, if we pick colour picker, my friend, colour picker, and pick this colour. And we'll not worry about the blue, right? We'll forget about the blue will come in time. So we'll move a wee bit darker. And maybe move in this direction. Cool, right. So that is a satisfying colour. What do we think of this colour? Too dark compared to that, so what we will do is we will pick and edit or undo the brush tool there. What we will do is we will blend these colours and hopefully they will create a beautiful baby colour. I can feel the pain in my arm starting to kick in. Right, what have we got in here? What beautiful colours do we have? We might have it there. We've got it there. That's it. Edit. Right, we're going to go for this colour. Edit. Undo brush tool. Go back to base. Return to base. Cool. Right, so make sure we're working on the right layer, fuel. If I could give you just one tip for the future, using the correct layers in Photoshop would be it. See, this is... right, I wanted the shadows to go more... what do you call them? Blue, but these are quite red. You know? I don't know, we'll go with it. We'll go with it. We'll see. We'll see. I think I might have to start this again, because I'm not feeling the... I wish I had the language to explain what I'm trying to do. My brain doesn't work this way because I can't do nouns. What's it called? Value. The values are too... There's not a huge amount of difference between the dark colours and the light colours, so it makes the things look... my paintings look flat. And I'm feeling that's happening again here. And I think part of the problem is because... oh, that's not what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. And the problem is that I'm not really... no, I can't do it. My brain's not working. I can't explain what I'm trying to say. But any of you are artists out there, hopefully you can translate what I was trying to say, because my brain just doesn't work anymore. For those of you new to the stream, I have fibromyalgia, which manifests in pain, fatigue, executive dysfunction. I have this thing, I just found out the name for it earlier, but I can't for the life of me remember what it's called. I have this thing where if I exert myself, I I'm totally wiped out for like days afterwards. So like even doing this 2-hour live stream, it's going to take me at least 4 hours, maybe more, to kind of recover from it, to actually go on and do things like housework and, you know, since I'm a housewife. A very feral housewife, but I'm a housewife nonetheless. Yeah. I'm not vibing this at all. I'm really not vibing how this is working. I don't know if I can like do colour replacing, like go over a colour and change it. I might have to do that rather than start completely again from scratch. Don't know. I need to learn how to play with values a bit more as well. That needs to go on my ever increasing to-do list. See, you can tell, like, at the start of a stream, I'm like, yeah, hey, how you doing? And like right now, I'm just totally exhausted and like just trying to push through for the next, got 20 minutes left, you know, you can, it's really visible. And it's kind of like, still people, some people still don't believe that fibromyalgia exists. Ta-da! It does, here I am. View that on screen. Let's just play with these, right? So if we lock this, to heck with it, we'll pick a blue. No, let's mix some colours. Let's mix it. Let's do it properly. So we'll do a layer. Play mixes. So base, and we'll pick this colour. And we'll go to play mixes, and then we shall paint this colour with a bigger brush, because we can use a bigger brush when we do this. Bigger brush, bigger brush. Cool, right. So what we want is for this colour to be darker. But I think I want it to be blue. So if we pick that. Cool, right. And then that gives us paintbrush. There. then we shall blend. Mix these colours up. Because I like my shadows being purple and my highlights being yellow. That is how I vibe. Because yellow and purple are great colours. Right. What do we think? I see, that looks right. That's a good colour. Right, we're going to replace all dark free with this colour. And it's really weird how like colours are so relative. Right, so I'll play Mixie. So that's free. And what we'll do is we'll take this colour, and what we want to do is make it a bit lighter. And mix it with 2. That's the same colour because I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Edit, undo. Control Z. There we go, right. So go to base, pick the colour on the correct layer, move back to play mixes, and paint it here. Right, and then we'll mix these colours and see what we get. Oh, not paintbrush, picker tool. Picker tool. Right, and then we go to dark 2, lock that, then bigger brush. Cool, right, so we have this colour, we want to go lighter. Here. Oh, play mixes. And base, and pick that one back here. Mix these bad boys up. Not on that layer. Edit, undo, edit, undo. Oh my goodness, layers, 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 layers. That's not really as noticeable as the other changes, but that's totes okay. Do, 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 do. That's much better. That is so much better. Right. Back down to a small brush. Maybe actually need to go smaller than that. 25. View, zoom in, view, zoom in, view, zoom in. I might end up deleting this later, we'll see how it goes, because I don't really know what colour I'm going to make the eyes yet. So, close to finishing up for the day. I have a blog that I started writing yesterday, so I'm going to finish that off and hopefully get it published this afternoon. Now, it's about my mental health. Kind of just thoughts about how lockdown potentially affects people who have emotional intensity disorder or other conditions that cause a lack of a sense of self. I can't remember what the medical term for it is. You know, And I'm writing it from the position of someone who's pro-lockdown. And if we'd only done lockdown properly to begin with, we wouldn't be in this mess that we're in just now. She says through gritted teeth. They say through gritted teeth while spitting venom. Yeah. I need to learn more about colours and colour theory and get better at seeing colours and stuff. Seriously, don't go to art school. They don't teach you. Well, maybe they do. Maybe you can go to an art school that actually teaches you stuff. The art school I went to was an effing joke. Don't at me. It was a joke. Complete waste of everybody's time. Especially my own. I could have spent that 4 years doing something else. I would love to go back to university. Don't know what I would study, but I would love to go back to university. Not right now. Like once the pandemic's over, you know. Yeah, I want to go back and do it. Yeah, I went to university at the wrong time. The wrong time in my life, and I went to the wrong university. So yeah, it'd be good to actually go and learn something. I'm pulled to zoology, but I'm also interested in like the social sciences. Philosophy maybe, I don't know. I mean, I definitely, if I went back to university, it would not be for work reasons, it would be because I actually want to study, not because I want to get a job. Because like when I went to art school originally, the plan was to become an art teacher. And then I went to my interview at Jordan Hill. Jordan Hill's where most secondary teachers are taught in the area. And I just realised how bullshit mainstream education is. And decided it wasn't for me. I didn't want to be sitting checking boxes and filling out forms. I wanted to actually be connecting with people and getting them to care about things. That's my wee 12 o'clock alarm on my wristwatch. Let's see how far we've got in view. Fit on screen. And we'll make this sketch. We'll increase the opacity on this. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with how that's going. I'm glad I changed the colours. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but that's kind of like how I vibe my colour scheme. So, cool. And we'll save that before I lose it. I've lost so much art by forgetting to save things. It's crazy. But I never learn. Anyways, right. That's me finished for the day. Thank you very much for keeping me company and keeping me accountable. And it appears that I've come to the right time to stop my stream because my computer is now giving me issues on my map. Oh my goodness. That's never happened before. Don't know what AVG is playing at. Right, saved. Cool. Saved. File is saved. Hooray. So yeah, thank you very much for keeping me company. It's been really nice. Yeah, I'm feeling quite good about things. I might actually get this finished on my next stream. We'll see how it goes. Maybe not. Maybe's aye. Maybe's no. We'll see how it goes. I'm next on again on Thursday morning. Feel free to pop in and join me. I would love to see your creations. I would love to see what you're making. Feel free to post links in my Discord or pop them in the chat next time you're here. Yeah, so enjoy the rest of your day and I will see you on Thursday. Look after yourselves. Okay, bye.